The action sequences are really good. The car races are outstanding. I really enjoyed it. It's got a little bit of a video game element where they have like sometimes the number of the car and what lane, I mean, what, you know, how, where, what number in the race they are. Okay. Jeez, I can't even say it. So. What's going on, everyone? Jim Alexander here with Real Talker. As you can see, there's cars racing towards me. I'm in the middle of the track, but they can wait since we're going to be talking about Gran Turismo based on a true story. So take a look at it, and I'll be doing a full breakdown right after this.
The 10 of you are the best Gran Turismo players in the world. Now is your chance to race real cars.
This is insane. It's not gonna work. The guys who race are elite athletes. Your kids are scrawny little gamer kids.
That's where you come in.
So you think you can do the impossible. I'm here to prove that you can't.
All right, Gran Turismo. Most of you, many of you know this as a very popular video game, but now it's a movie, and not only a movie, it's based on a true story. As you've heard, I'm sure, tons of times on the trailers and commercial spots, based on a true story. It's part of the title, Gran Turismo, based on a true story. I haven't seen a movie that used that as part of its title, literally. Maybe part of like a caption or something, but not in the title, based on a true story. I think I understand why now after seeing this. So this is not about the video game, but it connected to the video game for sure. It's based on a true story of a regular gamer. So yes, it is a gamer named Jan Mardenborough. Mardenborough, sorry. I'm sure I'm going to butcher it again. And Jan, and this film follows a story of just a super fanatic of Gran Turismo. And he's one of the best in the world at playing the game online, and one of the highest ranked players, just spends day and night, as we see here in a film, playing the game. Much to his parents' dismay that, hey, get a job, do something. But he's just a regular kid in the UK, kind of going, figuring out what he wants to do with his life. His only passion is that game, it seems like, and he's really good at it and cares about it. That's what makes him happy. And then it leads to something almost unheard of, miraculous, where a group at Nissan, the Nissan team, decide to do something completely crazy and out of the box. And that would be to, hey, we're struggling here. We're not getting far with our team. We need something new. We need something crazy. So their exec, Danny Moore, who's played by Orlando Bloom, decides to be like, hey, let's get all the best Gran Turismo gamers and see maybe if one of them can actually drive a real car, a race car. So they set up this boot camp and get the best of the best gamers in the world out there and put them through the track, literally, and the courses and all that, and to see if one of them emerges. And the top one will get a chance to race professionally in an actual race. So this is crazy, right? How will they get video gamers who play at home with their, controller? Those of them have a steering wheel, like actually be on a real racetrack and race? Can they put the gaming into the reality together and make it work? Well, Jan is special. And in that case, we can give away spoilers here because it's based on a true story. You can look it up. Jan Mardenborough is literally a good race car driver, is what they learn. And that's the story. Can he make it in this industry? Can he turn this gaming and save this race team and get himself a real job, literally a good one, and a career out of being a video game fanatic at this game. And that's where the story takes us. And it is a wild ride. David Harbour is excellent. He plays Jack Salter, really a top prodigy that quit. That he could have been a major star in racing, but we later learn an accident made him quit. And his connection with Jan is really unique. They kind of see each other in each other, and he becomes his mentor to Jan, and he's the head of the race team, and he sees that potential. Hey, this kid is not just a gamer; he's a real race car driver, and man, that was cool. And their relationship is really kind of the heart of the movie, and probably one of the best things about it. David's fantastic. He's kind of a stern, serious, but also on the exterior, but really he's got a lot of humanity and heart on the inside. And he's kind of like a tough coach that once you break through, he will invest everything in you that he has, and that's their relationship. Orlando Bloom, good to see him. Oh, there he is behind me. I haven't seen him in a bit, and I think he's great in his role as this creative, but also kind of corporate, and like, hey, this is crazy. I'm coming up with this idea, but also, as a motorsport exec, we probably should be cautious about this, sort of thing. So that's the story, really. I do like the actors in this movie. I think Archie Medekwe, I hope I'm saying his name, Medekwe. I think it's Medekwe. So Arch, I wasn't really familiar with his work. I do remember his face from one of my favorite movies ever, Midsommar. He was also in some recent movies and this year, so you probably seen him too, right before this one, in Heart of Stone with Gal Gadot on Netflix, and he also was in Beau is Afraid, and he was in the show C with Jason Momoa. So he's been around, we've seen him, but this is his star-making role. This is his movie. He's excellent. Really feels like a real person, a kind of teenagers can relate. Everyone just can kind of relate to this guy because he's one of us. He's a gamer, that sort of, but just a regular person who's trying to figure out his way in life and career and route. Especially if you're in that, college age and you're trying to kind of know what you want to do with life. Jan's us. We are Jan in a lot of ways. And I thought Archie did a fantastic job. This is a star-making performance, no question. Kid's got it all. Really good actor. Just played the film and the character to authenticity. Wasn't too high, wasn't too low. Gave it the right energy when needed. He's handsome as hell. I mean, there's no reason why this kid can't be a major star, and this movie is his platform. Like I said, David Harbour, excellent, really fitting into this role. Digimon Hansu plays Arch's father. Well, not Arch's, Jan's father. Steve Martinborough. And he's kind of an immigrant dad, someone I can relate to in that sense, coming from an immigrant family, where he's just like, hey, work, get a real job. I think most dads would say that instead of playing video games. He doesn't understand why he plays video games, what that's going to be. He's about hard work, school, and making something out of yourself, which is admirable and understandable. The mom is played by Jerry Halliwell, as you know her as Ginger Spice from the Spice Girls. I did not know she's an actress. She does a great job. By the way, now she goes by Jerry Horner. That's her married name. And wow, she was great as Jan's mom, kind of the polar opposite of the dad. She's much more comforting and sympathetic, empathetic. She kind of, when the dad's stern, she's kind of, gives him the hug for Jan, so kind of the really supportive mom. And she's great in the role too. So just a lot of good actors in this film and really do well in their roles. I just thought overall, the action sequences are really good. The car races are outstanding. I really enjoyed it. It's got a little bit of a video game element where they have like sometimes the number of the car and what lane, I mean, what, you know, how, where, what number in the race they are. Okay. Jeez, I can't even say it. So it's got like a video game kind of icon that you would see in a game. So I thought it was a cool touch and you know, homage to the game, and wasn't really gamey or like really too many special effects. I thought it was pretty authentic. I tend to like racing movies in general, but this one's a well-made racing movie, you know. Nothing's forced, nothing's moved. I think everything's at a really good pace. I mean, of course, some races you got to fast forward. You're not going to show them all, but it's got a lot of heart. This film has got a lot of emotion. I thought that Neil Blomkamp did a fantastic job, just visually and but most importantly, telling the story of Jan and these people. I think at the heart of the movie is the people and the story, and I thought that was really kind of redeeming ultimately. And that movie got me interested. It kept me, the action's really good, the racing's exciting, there's highs and lows, there's an arc of, you know, somewhat predictable maybe if you can see, but it's a real story. And this, now the base on a true story makes sense, because when you see this movie and you're watching, like, I can't believe this is happening, is this for real? So adding that title makes a lot more sense now after seeing that movie, because it's truly unbelievable. It's almost unheard of. It is unheard of that this guy becomes a professional race car driver after being a video gamer. Imagine that career. Imagine whatever you like to do in life and that hobby becoming your career. Somehow you get an opportunity like, oh, I'm a big wrestling fan, watch wrestling. Oh, suddenly I'm a wrestler, you know, among them. And he's good at, and what they accomplished is kind of an underdog team of basically kids against these real pros. What they do, especially at the French race, the 24-hour race in France, is kind of unbelievable. And this movie keeps you locked in. There was no moments where I was disinterested. I was engaged. The action's great. The racing's really good. Everything looks good. And the characters are very likable. And, you know, you sympathize and you root for him ultimately, especially for Jan. So, and it's cool. I like one tidbit, how they sort of show him becoming famous, getting autographs and sort of getting attention from girls, and how he's taken aback by it. He's got a regular girlfriend at home that really supportive of him and's been through this kind of his rock when he's doubting himself, when things are bad. So that was a cool little moment too, to see that his life that changed outside of the, you know, the racetrack. But other cool tidbit, I learned in a movie, Jan, the actual real Jan, was heavily involved in this movie. He actually did the stunt driving here, which is super cool. Looks great and real and makes complete sense. So overall, this is a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed it. Was blown away by it. Better than expected. One of the best video game themed movies I've ever seen. So, and one of the better racing movies I've seen. Outstanding all around. And I think you have a star in Archie Medique. I will learn his name and know his name because he's going to be all over after this one. So great. Acting. Got what you need. 8.5 out of 10. I think I should have probably given it a little bit higher. Looking at it, at least probably a 9, but I wrote it down 8.5 out of 10. Entertainment, 9 out of 10. Very entertaining. Like I said, it had everything you need in a racing movie and excitement. Plot story, 9 out of 10. It's an incredible true story. And, you know, I'm sure it's fabricated certain things, but Jan is a real guy and he really came from there and made it work the way he did. Impression that this movie left, 9 out of 10, was Googling Jan and curious about his story. It leaves a really interesting impression after you see this. You want to know more about these people. And creativity, 8 out of 10. I thought they did the races creatively and look good. So I think the creativity added to the story was, you know, the story is at the heart, Jan, his family, his journey, but they added a lot of creative elements, at least to the racing parts, and I thought it was cool. 8 out of 10. So The movie's an hour. I mean, an hour, no, it's like 2:15 and change. And didn't feel like it. It felt like an hour and a half, you know, which is great because it was that entertaining to watch. So overall, the score 87 for Gran Turismo, one of the better films I've seen in a while. Actually, you know, last few months, this year, maybe. Yeah, it's up there for sure. Very pleasantly surprised. So there it is. Make sure to subscribe in the meantime. That helps when you subscribe. So please do. Hit that subscribe button. If you like this review, give me a thumbs up, like, and of course, comment. If you saw the film, fan of the game, let me know how your impressions were and what you thought about the performance by Archie and everyone else. So leave those comments. You can also follow me on social media at the Jim Alexander, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, all the good places, and also at the Real Talker. So that's it for now. I go on off playing some Gran Turismo because it inspired me, this movie, to play the game. So I'll see you when I see you next time.
Gran Turismo, based on a true story.
But I won't stop now.